Welcome to John Lindsay's Muscle Contest, coming to you live from the NPC IFBB Orange County Muscle Classic in Culver City, California. I'm here with the winner, overall bikini winner, Elizabeth Turley. Elizabeth, you won the whole show. Tell us your strategy coming into today.
Hired really awesome coaches and listening to what he says.
Now, Elizabeth, you've competed before, you've won shows before. Now, you haven't competed in a while. Why did you take such a long time for us to see you on stage?
Because it's about balance, and my upper body needed some more size so that we could lean down my lower body, and it took time. It took time, and it took patience, and I needed that time, and I gave myself that time, and it was exactly what we needed to do, and we were able to bring me down lower in my lower body like we wanted, and yeah.
Well, fantastic performance. Now, on the overall, was a very tough decision. You seem to be very poised on stage. What was your strategy in terms of posing and presentation?
Practice. A lot of practice. All the time. Like, if I'm training, then I go into the aerobics room afterwards and I practice my posing. Like, my first show ever, I almost fell on stage. Literally, I have video. So, he saw it. I wasn't on the team yet. But, yeah, so after that, I was like, this is it. I'm going to improve my posing. Like, this is just as important as my physique. There's no point in putting all that work in my physique if I can't present it well. So even in my off season, I was in the aerobics room practicing.
Very nice, very nice. Great performance. Now, I'm here with Joe Desculio, the head coach for Team Edge. Now, Joe, you're known to be one of the greatest strategists in this game. Despite the fact that she had won before, she took some time to come in and really nail her conditioning, her posing, and her balance. What was that all about? What was in your mind to make sure that you brought her in better shape?
Well, the last show she did, she actually won the overall. So, we were looking more toward the future and what our, we weren't just looking one show ahead. We were looking multiple shows ahead and what our ultimate goal was. So we both felt that, we sat back after she won that overall and said, what do we need to improve on? And like she stated, we needed, she's naturally a very lean person and it's hard to keep size on her. So we took the necessary time to work on building her upper body. So when it was time to get conditioned, we can sacrifice a little bit of that upper body to where she comes in still balanced. And I think we did a pretty good job with that. And, now she's now won 2 overalls, and I think we're well on our way to what our ultimate goal is, and that's nationals and having a good showing at a national show.
Now, tell me something, Joe. It's very hard sometimes to tell a competitor to do a show or tell a competitor not to do a show. You're dealing with a lot of emotions, and they want to do shows or they don't want to do shows. How do you deal with the emotional, the psychic part of the competitor?
It's hard, especially with coming off of a big win. You get that bug and you're excited and you're pumped and you have all these emotions going and it's like, okay, on to the next. But strategy-wise, if you look past the next show and you look to what our ultimate goal is, I think that's where you can rationalize with the competitor is sitting down and looking at multiple shows ahead and not just the next show. Because ultimately, if your ultimate goal is to win a pro card and turn pro, that's what we need to look at. We can't look at your next show. We have to look at the end result. And so if you try to rationalize a little bit, and it doesn't work for everybody, but Liz is a very patient person, and she knew she's a good listener. She's very easy to coach, and that's hard to come by. There's a lot of people that are not easy to coach, and that's why she is successful and is going to continue to be successful because she's coachable.
Very nice. Phenomenal performance by Elizabeth Turley, the overall bikini winner, and the great strategist, Joe Desculio from Team Edge. Now remember to stay tuned for our next competition, the NPC Pacific USA Championships in San Diego, California. From Muscle Contest to everybody here in Culver City, we'll see you next time.